Hello, space pilot Mr. Cool Guy here. Well, still in space, but we've been hearing some interesting facts. You and I, well, you've been hearing facts come from me. But we've been, journeying and learning about, listening to, or speaking interesting facts. And there's still tons more facts out there, just waiting to be told. Oh, and do not worry about my finger. It is fine. Merely a flesh wound. For those of you who understand the reference. For those of you who don't, it's from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Yes. It was created on Earth 1, I believe. But yeah, no, I merely cut my finger with my nail on accident. Yeah. It is possible to cut your own finger with your nail on accident. That's why you gotta be real careful. Well, anyways, it's time for 10 more random facts you didn't know in space. I had to do that at least once. But, yes. Anyways, 10 random facts you may or may not know. Starting with fact number 1. Converted jail. A jail that was converted? So they converted the whole jail to a new religion? It's probably something completely different, but you never know. Anyways, a Margarita's Mexican restaurant in Concord, New Hampshire is located in an old jail. The police building closed in 1975, but Margarita's placed tables inside of the cells and converted it into a restaurant. The building is said to be haunted by a spirit named George. Oh, well, that is an interesting thing to turn a jail into. A restaurant. And when you sit down at a table, you're put in a cell. But you're not required to stay there. No, you're not gonna serve a prison sentence. You're just gonna get to enjoy, hopefully, a good meal and pay your bill. But I do not believe it is haunted by a spirit named George. I mean, we would have heard about it. We would have heard that Curious George had died if, his spirit was haunting such a place. But I don't believe spirits can haunt buildings. I mean, it obviously could have angels in it or demons. Sure, I believe that. But spirits, no. Especially not the spirit of George. We would have heard that Curious George died. And he's not dead. As far as I know. Anyways, it's time for fact number 2. Mass move. Rio de Janeiro in Brazil was the capital of Portugal from 1808 to 1821. After the Portuguese royal family fled there to escape from Napoleon Bonaparte's invading French forces. The Portuguese royal family, its court, and senior officials, totaling nearly 10,000 people, transferred from Lisbon to the then Portuguese colony of Brazil. 10,000 people, they moved 10,000 people to Rio de Janeiro. Well, they moved them to Brazil. But still, 10,000 people? Like, how much of that was the royal family? And I'm sure a majority was the court and senior officials. But dang, 10,000 people? That's a lot of people. Man, that really was a mass move. Wonder if any of them were part of a mass. Anyways, on to fact number 3. Long lives. The Museum of Longevity in Lyric, Azerbaijan contains tributes to hundreds of centenarians in a region where life expectancy is much higher than average. At one time, 1% of Lyric's residents were over 100 years old. That's pretty old. I mean, it's not the oldest humans have ever lived. Because way back when, they lived for hundreds of years. The oldest human lived to like over 900. That was back then. Nowadays, you'd be lucky to see 100, let alone at least, be 101. We don't live very much past 100. And if you do, then, people ask what kind of lifestyle you have to have lived past 100. Right? Man. Well, anyways, it's time for fact number 4. Safety net. When building San Francisco's Golden Gate Bridge, Joseph Strauss, the chief structural engineer, insisted on the installation of a safety net, even though it would cost $130,000. During the 4 years of the bridge's construction, that being from 1933 to 37, the net saved the lives of 19 men, who later named themselves the Halfway to Hell Club. Okay, the fact that someone had to insist they put safety measures while building a bridge, the Golden Gate Bridge, is not a small bridge. It's a tall and very long bridge. The fact that safety net just wasn't a predetermined thing, like you're building such a large bridge, it's just included in safety precautions. It had to be insisted upon. I mean, this was the 1930s when it was built, so, standards were different then, but still. I mean, if they hadn't put that net, they could have lost 19 lives. Sheesh. But Halfway to Hell Club. That's quite the name to give yourself. I mean, I don't know what beliefs they had or what kind of lives they led, so I guess they believed they were going to hell or something. I mean, I would have personally gone with Halfway to the Afterlife Club or Halfway to Heaven, but that's what they choose. I'm in the Halfway to Hell Club. We were halfway halfway to hell. Bow, bow. Halfway to hell. Bow, bow. Anyways, it's time for fact number 5. Fragrant fuel. Japanese small scenic Amaterasu Railway runs on a biodiesel made from leftover oil and ramen noodle broth. The broth is supplied by local restaurants, and the train leaves a delicious smell as the fuel burns. Ramen noodle broth as a fuel source. I mean, if it works, it works. I mean, I heard that someone had, pitched an idea for a car that ran on air at one point in time. So, why not ramen noodle broth? I mean, why not have it run on milk or tea or milkshake? Ooh, maybe soda. I mean, I'm sure there are some liquids that just wouldn't work. You know, outside of the obvious stuff like lava or acid, like that. But, well, no. I mean, lava potentially. There could be a way. I mean, you'd have to make the container and the stuff that would use the lava as fuel, like lava resistant, like lava couldn't, just burn straight through it or melt it down, but definitely not acid. Anyways, it's time for fact number 6. Walk it out. The sea robin is a type of fish, but it can fly like a bird, walk like a mammal, and croak like a frog. Kind of. The colorful creature glides above the ocean floor with wide fins that stick out from its body, like the wings of an airplane. In front of those wings are a set of leg-like spines the fish uses to pull itself across the sand and feel for food. The spines are actually part of the sea robin's fins that have evolved to sense prey hiding in the sand. As for the croaking, the fish can make sounds by using a special muscle to hit its swim bladder. Fish legs. Fish legs sounds like a menu. We have chicken legs, but now we're featuring fish legs. Tired of the boring old chicken legs? Now have your fried fish legs. And you'll ask us, no, that can't be right. Fish don't have legs. Fish don't walk. Well, there's a type of fish that can walk. Kind of. So in a sense, yes, this fish has legs. So yes, these are real fried fish legs. uh, but yeah, so, it croaks by using a special muscle to hit its swim bladder. Fish don't necessarily have the function to, go to the bathroom, I guess, in the ocean, most animals, right? So I'm not sure what that would be for, but if you think about it, the fact that it does that, that croaking sound it makes, is probably a sound of pain it does to make its croaking sound. Right? That. I mean, I don't know why we want to do that, but. I mean. We do things that don't make sense, so. You know? Anyways, let's move on to fact number 7. Blow up. This camel isn't sticking its tongue out, it's showing off for the ladies. The one-humped or dromedary camel has a unique organ called a dula in its throat. To make the dula come out of its mouth, the camel fills the sac up with air like a balloon. It is mostly male camels that do this. They make a gurgling sound with the dula to get the attention of female camels and let other males know to stay away. That is interesting. Like, So if you're a one-humped male camel, your goal to get a female mate is to get her to think that you have the, I guess you could say, fattest tongue. So you'll blow up the dula like a balloon and hope she thinks your tongue is the fattest. Right. And it's how you show you're the superior male camel and that you should stay away from, and that they should stay away from your mate. Right? Because of how large or fat your tongue is. I mean, it's an interesting way to get a mate. I mean, if a human was able to inflate their tongue, people would probably get concerned because you shouldn't be able to inflate your tongue as a human. But if your tongue or your dula is able to inflate, like the one-humped camel, yeah, I mean, I guess technically it could inflate due to allergies, but if you're just able to do that on command, yeah, I'd be going to the doctor, because I see that as a cause for concern. But that's just me. Anyways, it's time for fact number 8. Horned screamer. The horned screamer bird of South America grows a long unicorn-like spine out of its forehead. The horn is unlike anything else seen in the bird world. It is made of cartilage like your nose and ears, and can grow up to 6 inches or 15.2 centimeters long. Bird experts believe the strange spine is just for looks. It is barely attached to the horned screamer's skull and breaks off when it gets too long. Don't worry, it grows back, so it is not much help in a fight, but that doesn't mean the bird can't defend itself. Each wing has a sharp bone spur used in battles for mates. Well, alright. Another animal which battles the male to win a mate. Oh man. Can you imagine? Like, they're bragging about their horn length. Trying to see who the better one is. It's like, one of them comes up and it's like, my horn can grow up to 4 inches long. Oh yeah? My horn? It can grow up to 6 inches. Or 15.2 something meters long. Ain't no way. 6 inches? Psh. You making that up. Oh yeah? Looks longer than yours. Must be compensating for something on your end. I'll show you. I'll fight you for a mate. Bring it on, shrimp. Anyways, it's time for fact number 9. Sinking feeling. In the coastal jungles of Mexico, there's a swimming hole with a secret. An underwater river that even has its own island. The bizarre body of water is part of sea note Angelita. A sea note is a sinkhole that is always filled with water. From above, sea note Angelita seems like a regular pond, but dive down about 100 feet or 30 meters, and you'll find a 10-foot thick or 3-meter cloud of toxic gas that floats between 2 layers of water. Fresh water above and seawater below. When these layers mix with hydrogen sulfate, that is what causes the underwater river effect. Huh. Interesting. So, a pond that is deeper than it looks, and also hides what looks like a river. That is quite interesting. Imagine it's a portal to an underwater world, or just another world in general. Right? Like, the entrance to this river is actually the underside of this other body of water in this alternate world. It's probably not, but you never know. And if it is a portal to another world, what's this other world like? It's interesting to think about. Well, anyways, it's time for fact number 10. Super surgery. In 2022, military surgeon Andriy Verba miraculously removed a live, unexploded grenade from the chest of a Ukrainian soldier without setting it off. Due to the risk of explosion, 2 military engineers were on hand throughout and disposed of the grenade after it was removed. Dang. Like, wow. Like how it is he got a live unexploded grenade in his chest. I mean, whew. And the fact that it didn't explode, wow. I mean, that had to have been nerve-wracking for the military surgeon. Right, because it'd be one thing to remove an exploded grenade from the chest because you're removing shrapnel pieces. But this is a live, unexploded grenade. One wrong move and kablooey goes the surgeon, the engineers, and the soldier. Yeah, that would... Well, there you have it. There was 10 random facts you may or may not have known in space. What you know now? Are there any that you knew? If so, let me know down below. And if you have any additional information on these facts you feel like sharing, then go ahead and share that down below. Or if you want to just comment on the fact and what you thought about it, or say hi. Do that too. It's a free world. Or, you know. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. And, if you want to see more, then why not consider subscribing? It won't take long and it would really help me out. And you always have the option to unsubscribe later for whatever reason. And you can also hit that notification bell in case you want to get notified the second another one of these drops. If you're really into hearing about random facts. Well, anyways, I'm Space Pilot Mr. Cool Guy, and as I always say, dear space cadets, no, dear space crew, to infinity and more facts.